thunder.
You see, this high-tech is all very well, but you can always rely on the good old English summer. But here they come, looking for sanctuary. Oh! I knew you didn't think I was all bad.
There are some rare plants to be seen over on 4 in a moment from the most important surviving Victorian garden in Britain, whilst here on Grampian, British heritage is conserved at all costs in the comedy Land of Hope and Glory after the break.
A new mini-series beginning tonight on ITV.
You're nothing but a lover boy punk, Sant'Angelo. Remember that.
A sizzling family saga spanning 3 generations.
Start out with me, you're gonna end up with me. We're naming our kid Lucky.
You're a cheap little tramp, a gangster's daughter.
What are you talking about?
Damn you, Gino!
A sensational bestseller over 3 nights from the pen of Jackie Collins. Lucky Chances begins tonight at 9 on ITV.
What car magazine put this Hyundai above the Sierra 1.8 LX and Cavalier 1.8 Li? We think you'll like the sound of it too. The Lantra from the high-tech, high-spec Hyundai range. Sound out your dealer now, and it'll sound even better.
You in a bubble bath? Well, I always pictured you in a shower. I mean...
Who do you think has got the upper hand? Saturday Fun in the Upper Hand at 6:30 on ITV.
Well, just before our next programme, I must put right a bit of confusion from earlier on. The Grampian Television Boys Golf Tournament second heat takes place at Lossiemouth Golf Club this Sunday from 9 AM. They'd love your support, so if you're free, we'd like to see you there and not in Montrose, as was earlier intimated. For now, this.
Of course, Master Gerald. If there's any post for me, it'll just have to wait till I come back.
Yes, of course.
And I suppose, after all, it would be possible to contact me in a real emergency.
Yes, of course it would. Now, for heaven's sake, you are not vanishing for 6 years to find the source of the Nile. You're going for a week's stay at a hotel in Worthing.
There's no need to be pert, Master Gerald.
The boy who answered thoughtlessly had his tongue cut out and served for tea.
Yes, Annie. Now, look, don't worry. Everything will be fine at Beaumont House while you're away. Just go and have fun.
Fun?
Well, all right, then have an enjoyable week's break.
Certainly try to. Oh, it should be all right. The Raleigh Manor's a very nice class of hotel.
Yes, of course.
Nicely proportioned rooms, no riff-raff amongst the clientele, and the owners, Mr. and Mrs. Maudsley, encourage a concept of service that takes one back to those more gracious days when we had an empire.
Yes. I bet they still call you Memsab.
Sorry?
Nothing.
No, nothing's too much trouble for the Maudsleys. They're quite delightful. They bring one early morning tea that would stand up without the cup.
Ah, well, that would save on washing up, wouldn't it?
Made from leaves, too. None of those disgusting tea bags. I mean, if God had intended us to have tea made with those things, he'd have put bags rather than leaves on the tea plants, wouldn't he?
Yeah, well, on that principle, you could say that if he'd intended us to have milk and sugar in it, he would have crossed the tea plants with the sugar canes and given them udders.
What? I don't think udder is a very nice word to use in mixed company, Master Jack. Ah, Crampton, you come to collect me?
That's right, Nanny Princeton. You set.
Crampton, for heaven's sake, I'm not a blancmange.
Ah, Gloria. Good morning.
Oh, hi, Evelyn. How you doing?
Well, I just thought I'd like to fill you in on the arrangements I've made for my guide roster while I'm away.
Oh, right.
Well, now, on Tuesday afternoons, it's Mrs. Brown, Miss Carstairs, Mrs. Wilson, Mr. Trimble, Mrs. Whetstone, and Mrs. Tooth Kimberley, who's free because her chihuahua goes to obedience classes. And then on Wednesday, it's Miss Pilkington, Mrs. Routledge, Mrs. Wilson, Mr. Trimble again with Mr. Townsend, and Miss Radford. On Thursday...
Whoa! Hold your horses! I just got to Mr. Trimble's second time around.
Oh, don't you?
Of course I'm writing it down.
Oh, I was just running through the list. I have got a copy typed out for you.
Thank you so much, Evelyn.
Oh, it's nearly time to be off. Oh, do you know, I sometimes think I should get a new suitcase.
Well, that one is pretty beat up, isn't it?
Yes, but of course in this country, old luggage does carry a certain social cachet.
Whatever you say, Evelyn.
Something an American probably wouldn't understand.
Perhaps not. Anyway, I hope you have a good break.
Oh, yes, thank you. It should be very pleasant. The Rory Manor is a delightful hotel, and its standards of service are, how shall I put it, quintessentially English.
Oh, well, can't have everything, can you?
And so are its clientele. The owners, Mr. and Mrs. Maudsley, don't encourage bookings from foreigners.
Should suit you and Nanny Princeton to a T, then, shouldn't it?
No, it's not that the Maudsleys are prejudiced or anything.
Perish the thought.
No, it's just, with English people, you know where you are.
You certainly do. You know, I still find it strange the way you English feel yourselves so superior to every other nationality.
I don't think it's that strange.
Particularly when almost all the evidence seems to point the other way.
Well, of course, you wouldn't understand how we feel because you're a foreigner.
I don't think of myself as a foreigner.
No, maybe not, but the fact that you don't think of yourself as a foreigner just goes to show how foreign you really are.
Nanny Princeton's in the car, Evening. I've come to collect your things.
It's just the one old bag.
Well, you said it.
No, Miss Gloria Hepburn seemed very down and out of sorts this morning.
Oh, I am so sorry.
Getting to the end of her initial 6-month contract, too. The trustees want her to stay, but I'll be very surprised if she does.
Oh, really?
Apart from anything else, I think she's getting a bit homesick.
One could understand being homesick if one were English, but isn't it incredible to think of anyone being homesick for the United States of America?
Incredible.
I don't think it's safe for us to be going away. You don't think she's about to start another of her harebrained schemes, do you?
No, no. I think she's far too subdued to be doing anything like that at the moment.
Sorry I'm late. Don't worry about that, Vanessa. With those two gone, now I can really start cooking.
Oh, what are you going to cook?
No, Vanessa, that's an American expression for getting things moving.
Sorry, didn't understand.
No, very few people do over here. Ah, good morning. This is Gloria Hepburn. May I please speak to Carrie Dixon?
So let me get this straight, Carrie. You want to commit a murder here at Beaumont House?
Probably more than one, actually.
Gerald, it's big business in the States. Murder weekends. People pay mega bucks to play at Hercule Poirot for a couple of days. Carrie's done a lot of this stuff in the States, and she is the best there is at what she does.
That's right. And Gloria is the best there is at what she does.
She said it, I didn't.
You know, you two make such a refreshing change from the English girls I've met before.
What, all two of them?
Watch it.
I'm sorry, what do you mean?
Well, you're not, how can I put it, slowed down by false modesty.
Who needs modesty? Listen, there are enough people out there in the real world ready to cut you down to size without you having to do the job on yourself.
Oh, it's a very healthy approach.
Anyway, Carrie's here in England for a while, so I thought I'd have her come and take a look around, see what kind of scenario she could come up with.
Mm-hmm. Terrific idea.
And then we can add murder weekends to our attractions here at Beaumont House.
Yes, and of course it's a pure coincidence that you've set up this meeting for a time when Nanny Princeton and Evelyn are away.
Gerald, you know me better than that. Mm-hmm. I just like the idea of doing something, anything, without having a permanent chorus of disapproval.
Yeah, well, I know what you mean. Well, look, this all sounds fun. So, Carrie, when you have these weekends, who are your suspects?
Oh, we hire in actors for that.
Oh.
Gerald, you sound really disappointed.
No, not at all, no. So you wouldn't sort of actually need some help from somebody who's sort of actually here, then?
Oh, we're always glad of people to be bodies. Have you got anyone here who'd make a good body?
What does it involve?
Just lying around doing nothing.
Got the perfect person for you. Crompton!
Gloria, that is some guy.
Who?
Who? Gerald Hope Beaumont, Viscount Dudley. What a hunk.
Well, I suppose he's all right.
All right, he's gorgeous. And you say he's unmarried?
Widower, wiped out a few years back.
Well, I think I might try and interest him in a little all-American girl.
Ah.
Oh, well, that is, if I wouldn't be cutting across your territory, Gloria.
What, mine? Oh, hell no. No, Gerald and I just work together. You go for it.
Okay, so you're the... What did you call them? Visitors? Ponderers?
They call them grockles over here, Carrie.
Grockles?
Grockles.
That's right.
If you say so. Right, well, you're the Grockles, coming in for your dinner, and you approach the table, and you suddenly see this.
Oh, that's great!
That is very good. You all right, Crompton?
Well, I think so. You know, Doctor, I keep getting these stabbing pains.
Your Grockles come along here, and when they get to the closet door, the door swings open.
Hey, Vanessa, are you all right?
Bit embarrassed, actually.
Why?
Well, it's the first time I've gone topless.
Well, there are just so many things you can do with a place like this. I mean, I am doing great with these weekends in the States, but I've never had the benefit of a setting like Beaumont House.
Yeah, I think we could be onto a real money spinner here.
Just give me a few days to work out a scenario, then we'll run the whole thing through.
Right.
Where we put the clues, the props, the lighting, that kind of stuff.
Great.
Oh, yeah, and we should do it after dark, so we get the effect of everything.
Okay, you're right.
Well, next week sometime?
No, sooner. I'd rather do it before certain people get back.
All right. Oh, before I forget, I got a whole heap of messages for you from Philadelphia.
Oh, lovely. Oh, gimme. Ooh.
Lots of guys miss you back there.
I miss a lot of guys back there, Carrie.
And I've got a special message from Sam.
Oh?
After everything that's happened, he wants you back, Gloria.
I know. He wrote me all about it.
He wants you to go straight back after your 6-month contract. He says he loves you and it'll work this time.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you always wanted him to say after he walked out. That's the one thing you wanted.
I know, Carrie. I haven't forgotten.
Well, you still want that now, don't you?
I don't know. I guess so.
There's something for all the family with Asda Family Savers. Save 15 pence on a pound of fresh tomatoes, 20 pence on Asda Fresh individual quiches, 40 pence on a 10-pack of Quavers, and a 3-litre bottle of Asda lemonade for a cool 59 pence. Have a great day out with Asda Family Savers.
Ever felt there are temptations wherever you look that you can't have? That dress. Those jewels. That holiday. Now there's one temptation within everybody's reach. New Kemps frozen yogurt. Tastes as good as premium ice cream, but has just half the fat. Now you can give in to temptations.
This place really has gone downhill since the Maudsleys left.
It certainly has.
I mean, I don't know what that concoction we were given as a sweet at luncheon was meant to be.
I think it was cabinet pudding.
That would at least explain the taste of furniture polish. I don't know how one's meant to find out what one's eating. Where that waiter comes from, I don't know. He suddenly doesn't speak English.
Filipino.
I wouldn't know, Evelyn. It's not my habit to get on Christian name terms with servants.
No, Nanny Princeton, I didn't mean that. Oh, never mind.
To divide this room into two, it's quite appalling.
I'll make us a cup of tea.
In the old days here, tea was delivered to one's room with proper china cups, and one had sugar lumps and tongs. And the tea was made from tea. I blame the Americans.
What for?
Everything. This whole concept of convenience food, convenience everything, cutting corners all the time. That's not the British way. Our food was never like that.
Oh, you mean our food was always inconvenient?
Yes, and none the worse for that.
Oh, love's young dream are back next door.
What they get up to doesn't seem to me to be much about love. Oh, not that wretched music. Oh, they're back on the bed again. They're foreign, you know. English people don't go to bed in the afternoon. They go to bed at bedtime, up the wooden stairs to Bedfordshire. Going to bed in the afternoon is a mucky Mediterranean habit. This tea is too weak to drown a gnat. Oh, this is quite intolerable. We'll have to go out for the afternoon.
Oh, but Nanny Princeton, it's raining.
And we'll go to the cinema. But we'll go and see that film that was advertised in the newspaper. The one about the ethics of mercy killing. Now, what was it called?
Death Wish.
That's the one.
Oh, come on, you're not serious.
Sure. You dress up like the first Viscount, be great. I tell you, Ghost Weekends here could go even better than Murder Weekends.
Yes, yes, if everyone got in the spirit.
And you look terrific in the gear.
Oh, come on.
Oh, a lot of American women would get really turned on by you in that Cavalier kit.
You're gonna have to try harder than that, Carrie. Remember, this guy's English. You gotta be more direct.
Gerald, you know I'm sleeping in the pink room while I'm here.
Yes, well, that is more direct.
Oh, yes. It's a nice room, isn't it? You see, the fact is, the reason it's called the pink room is because the wallpaper's pink.
No kidding.
No, really, that's the reason.
Not direct enough, Carrie. Try the why don't you come up and see me sometime routine. That one always worked before.
Gerald, what I was thinking was, Maybe after we do the run-through, you'd like to come up to the pink room?
Why?
That's my boy. Now, come on, Carrie, don't give up. This is elementary stuff for you.
Well, you know, to see that I'm warmly tucked up in bed.
Bingo, that's the one. That one never failed in Philly.
Oh, I see. So you find it difficult to get tucked up in bed, do you?
Mind you, of course, this is England.
Well, let's just say there are some pretty good ways of keeping warm in bed.
Oh, yes, yes, I'm sure there are. Oh. I think I understand what you're saying.
Oh, well, I'm so glad to hear that, finally. So, what am I saying?
Oh, no, I understand. Yes, you want an electric blanket, don't you, Carrie? All right, I'll get Tom to organize that.
Okay, so what we're trying to do this evening is a straight run-through for lighting and stuff. Got that?
Right.
So can I ask you bodies to be patient?
Be as still as death.
Yes, it is a bit uncomfortable if I stay in position all the time. Am I allowed to move?
Oh, sure, so long as you're in position if you hear someone along the passage. No panic.
No, don't lose your head.
Oh, there's no danger of that. See, really, it's still joined to my... Right.
Look, I'll be going through the sequence of events exactly as the Grockles would see it. Okay?
Fine.
Better get to your places then.
Rightio. The condemned man ate a hearty breakfast.
And Gloria and Gerald, you sure you don't mind helping out tonight?
No problem.
No, glad to be of assistance.
I mean, obviously, when we do it for real, we'll have actors. But for tonight, Gloria, you be the murderer?
You got it.
And Gerald, you be the body?
Oh, yes. Because I knew from the start, Carrie, you only wanted me for my body.
Have fun, Crompton.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be dead good. Hey, matter of interest, have you ever wanted to murder anyone, Vanessa?
Well, there was a teacher at my junior school who I really hated. Oh, I feel awful just remembering it. I used to pray she'd die.
What happened?
She did die.
No.
Last year. She was 92. It's really spooky to know you've got psychic powers.
Yes, it must be.
Well, what about you, Crompton?
What?
Well, have you ever wanted to murder anyone?
No. Well, only Mrs. Crompton. But that's sort of just in the natural give and take of marriage, like.
Oh, right. See you later, then. Oh, and don't forget your blood capsule.
We had to leave early, no question. The Raleigh Manor Hotel's no longer a suitable place for people of our class.
No.
And as for that Death Wish film this afternoon...
I think we may have misunderstood from the title what it was about.
Just an orgy of gratuitous violence.
You know, Carrie's amazingly good at getting everyone organized.
Oh, here, let me do that. Yeah. Carrie's the kind of girl who always gets what she wants.
Yeah, well, she's pretty single-minded about it.
Well, some men find that very attractive.
Do they? Some men don't. I like to make my own mind up. If there's one thing I cannot stand, it's other people trying to tell me how to think. Gloria?
Yes?
Can you imagine what Nanny Princeton would say if she saw me with this stuff on my face?
The little boy whose face turned green ended up in the mincing machine?
Yeah, something like that. Gloria.
What?
You know, at the last trustees' meeting, they were unanimous in wanting to extend your contract.
Yes, I heard that. It's kind of flattering.
Yeah, but I gather there might be some doubt in your mind as to whether to accept the offer.
Well, there are certain people here at Beaumont House who'd be tickled pink if I hightailed it back to Philadelphia.
Gloria, when are you going to stop worrying about what Nanny Princeton and Evelyn think? They just hate the idea of any kind of change. They're very, what's the word?
British.
All right, if you like, yes. But look, I gather there might be other reasons preventing you staying on here. Personal reasons back in the States.
Well, there are. I mean, there are things back in the States that I have to take into consideration, yeah. But it's more the, oh, I don't know, the sheer frustration of trying to make anything happen in this country. I mean, the British seem to have the same attitude to success as they have to, well, I don't know, bad breath. Given that, can you think of one reason why I should stay on over here?
Yes, I can.
What?
Because I want you to stay.
What?
I do. And I will be very disappointed if you don't. Well, go on, say something. Are you going to stay or not?
Well, Gerald,
Oh, come on, Gloria. You really do want to stay.
Gerald, don't do that.
Don't do what?
Listen, if there's one thing I can't stand, it's other people telling me what I think.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
No, it's all right, it's all right. I was just going to get some more stuff anyway.
What's the problem? Something I said?
No, Carrie, something I said. I sometimes wish I didn't have a mouth exactly the same size as my foot.
Gloria, I had a go at getting Gerald interested in me.
Oh, really? Any progress?
No. I think my approach may have been a bit too subtle.
Yes, I should think probably so, Carrie.
I'm just going to collect something from the office, then I'll be off home.
Well, I'm going straight upstairs to my room.
I'd just like to say, Nanny Princeton, that it has been a great pleasure to go on holiday with you.
Don't be fatuous, Evelyn. The whole experience has been an unmitigated disaster.
You're not doing yourself any good still thinking about Sam. You should write him a letter and tell him to get lost. He's the one who ought to suffer.
Yes, you're right.
Well, as far as you're concerned, Gloria, that guy should be dead, finished, blown away out of existence.
Right.
Are you going to do the dirty deed, or am I?
I'll do it. If anyone should put him out of his misery, I should be the one to do it. I'll blow him away, like he never existed.